So I just left my house to film something completely unrelated to where I am now, and I heard a helicopter up on Māngere Mountain, which got my attention because I'm nosy.
Closed over here, mate.
Oh, what's that?
Closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's happening?
We're just getting a helicopter to drop some aggregate up on the tracks.
Oh, that's cool. Gets a lot of attention from the locals, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, have a good day, mate. Not convinced. I'll try and look for another way in. Let's keep pushing.
Sorry, brother, it's close.
Okay, man, all good. Is it okay to go up on that hill? Oh, thanks so much, mate. Everyone's a bit nosy, you know, everyone wants to go and have a look.
Are you going live? Are you live?
Oh, no, just making a video, mate. Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys local?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sweet, yeah, same.
He's the one that did it. Oh, not even.
What did you do?
You saw my face and I didn't do it. Hey.
What'd you do?
We live on this side.
Oh, yeah, same.
Yeah, I live on Crawford.
Oh, yeah, that's some.
Yeah, that's too far for me.
Yeah.
That's the wrong side.
It's pretty good we got this far, eh? Because I got blocked at the road, but I just kept coming up. All right.
Because I knew they would have cut off the park for the kids.
Yeah, I know.
So I come through the park and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Right, I'll catch you. Thanks, mate. That was pretty exciting. Right, that was a good distraction. Let's get back onto the mission. It's pretty random. So we're finally at the Crossroads. This is what it's known locally as, the Crossroads, and it's basically a cycle path from the south there across Māngere Bridge, and it gives you access to these 3 cycle paths here. The west one is the one that tracks up State Highway 20, and it's a full cycle path. It will get you into the city and also out west. This one here is the one that I go on into the city because it goes straight up Onehunga Mall through One Tree Hill. And it's sort of, there's no cycle paths, but it's kind of like all 50k zone speed zones. And this one here is part of the eastern suburbs path. That will get you out to East Auckland, so Mount Wellington, Penrose, Kohimarama and Howick and all those sort of places. And of course we've got the southern cycle path down here, which gets you to the airport and out to Puhunui Road. But for this video, we're going to go on the western cycle path to Taumanu Reserve, part of the Hidden Bike Path series that I'm working on. Let's go. Whew. So this little road here is crazy busy, and the main reason for that is because on the left we have the Onehunga Wharf. Hey mate. So the ships that use the Onehunga Wharf access the port through the Manukau Harbour, and there's been talks over the years of moving it and replacing all this with a series of cafes and restaurants, perhaps a little bit like Hobsonville Point. But in the time that I've lived in the area, that hasn't happened. Whew. Man, that is an intense wind. So just tracking down here, we're heading north along the cycle path, and you can see here, this is the Sea Scouts building. I think it's a heritage building. It's been around a long time and it was part of the history of Onehunga Beach. Pretty cool building actually. There it is, Aotea Sea Scouts. I don't know how old that building is, but I'm going to look it up and I'll put it in the description. Being a heritage site, it's probably from the 1920s. And down here you can see some of the original wharf structure here from Onehunga Beach. That would have been in place before the motorway was built through. Wow, and just traveling through, this is the Manukau Cruising Club. It's over 100 years old and part of the Onehunga Beach original. It's OG, looking especially shabby here with the barricades and the tagging. And actually, while we're here, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. High tension power lines, looking like something from War of the Worlds. Again, part of industrialisation through the 60s, 70s and 80s that took high tension power lines from the Waikato, powering the city, but in doing so, cut straight through Onehunga. They track right along Onehunga into Hillsborough, and then they sweep around into the city. Bit of an eyesore, to be honest. So finally, after travelling through some of the grimmer parts of Onehunga, we finally arrived at Taumanu Reserve. The concept for this was started in the early 2000s, and the area and the construction and the redevelopment of this of the reserve was finished in 2015. The idea for it was to rebuild the areas that were damaged with industrialisation and claim back those areas to put the beauty back into the Onehunga beach area. So now, the reserve, if you will, it has 9 new beaches. It's got sort of like rocky outcrops, shared paths, including dog parks, and it also has 40,000 native plants and shrubs that have been replanted. And since 2015, they've grown quite significantly. And it looks like we've got a little bit of mini artwork here. And that's really cool. Unfortunately, it's been tagged severely. And look at that, it's in the shape of a wave, a perfect peak break. Actually, I just saw on the sign before that you can't have your dogs on this part of the path because of the native birds and the bird nesting. And as you bike around, you can see how evident that is. From this bit on though, you allow dogs because there's heaps of them around here. So we've just tracked through here, and this is the current state of it. But back in, say, 1920s, this was the original beach, this yellow line here. And the beach, Onehunga Beach, was about here. And all of this area here, all reclaimed from the State Highway 20 motorway that tracked through it in the 70s. The reserve is actually on the Manukau Harbour, of course, and it's very tidal. I started filming at low tide, and already now it's starting to come in. I think by the time I finish it'll be high tide. If you've just bought yourself a brand new gravel bike, this would be the perfect reserve to test it out on. Look at this. I don't know too much about gravel bikes, I don't own one, but they look pretty good. I think one of the advantages you have with them, of course, is just disc brakes. But until it happens, I'm sticking with my old 1993 Cannondale M400. So we're just coming into the northern part of the reserve, and at low tide there's a reef that sticks out here from the boat ramp, and it's actually really popular for people shellfishing and stuff. I don't know what sort of shellfish they're looking for, maybe cockles, mussels, I'm not too sure. Sometimes I've been down here and I've talked to people and they can't believe that people would fish out there. Probably don't really know, but the Manukau Harbour's actually got pretty clean water compared to some other areas in Auckland. And I think in terms of comparison, like it's way cleaner than areas like Tamaki Estuary near Bucklands Beach, and also areas around sort of Mission Bay and Herne Bay. Yeah, I've just pulled into the boat ramp area and like there's this digital sign here which is pretty fancy and amazingly hasn't been tagged yet, but it gives you an indication of the water quality. It's not working at the moment, but that's a really good bit of infrastructure for people that want to come here fishing. So when they started planning and building the reserve, they wanted to showcase, I suppose, native planting. And you can see here that it's just pretty well grown since 2015. Oh, it is open. That's cool. Have they just opened it up?
Yes.
Wow, it was closed yesterday.
No, it wasn't because I walked on it.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Yeah, opened on Friday.
On Friday.
Yep.
And it's all good, is it?
It's awesome.
That's brilliant. Oh, thanks.
It's really good.
Oh, thanks for that. Yes, that's good to know. So this is the Waikowhai Coastal Walkway, and it's been closed, I think, since Cyclone Gabriel took it out in 2023 in February, and I think it's only just opened on. Yeah, wow. Good boy. Keep left, mate. Keep left. That's pretty cool. So this hasn't been open for ages, and like this is, I've just come down here on a Sunday and it's like, it's open, first time. So just like a minute into the walkway, and you can see a really good example here of what Gabriel did back in February 23. So most of the damage to the coastal walkway from here was through slips coming down from Hillsborough. And here's a really good example, pretty sad actually. The house up there would have been more than likely red stickered and probably still is. I'm guessing a little bit there, but you can see how the entire backyard has just come down the cliff, and along with like half a dozen putakawa trees, an immense amount of energy. And here, just 30 seconds further on, here's another pretty impressive example of what it did. This entire cliff face would have come down, and that ginormous tree is just sitting there. I'm not too sure if this was damage caused by Gabriel or by the flooding, which happened really close, but both of them were pretty catastrophic events for Auckland. Kingfisher, that's cool. He's chasing me. So I've just come to the end of the walkway. It's only taken me like a couple of minutes to get here, but it's really, really nice. And actually, when you get to the end of it, there's a pathway that goes up here. I'm not going to take my bike up there, but that tracks into, I think it's into Hillsborough. I can't remember, it's been so long, but you can park up there if you want to, but you could also take your bike up if you're feeling ultra fit. Oh yeah, yeah. I got to. You can get to the end of it, but
You can't get up?
oh, you can go. You can walk up to. Where does it go to? Does it go up to the
Up to
cemetery?
the top of the hill there,
Hillsborough.
and then you can cross over and go down.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah.
And come back along the back side of this,
Yeah.
where we cross over. You can come
Yeah,
back
yeah.
down there.
Oh, I can't
That's
believe
good.
it's open. It's so cool.
Yeah, we've been waiting for it to open for, a bit.
grip shifters in action. Look at that. So this area here is still actually reclaimed land, and even now it actually floods when we have heavy rain. The lagoon here is also artificial. It was not here originally. It was built out around the construction of the motorway. Gee, little poochie. So this is the Taumanu Reserve overbridge, and it was sort of designed specifically as a homage to the sort of maritime and volcanic history of the area. So that's it, Taumanu Reserve. I think it's a pretty good example of sort of town planning and how you can regenerate an area and bring it back to its, you know, not back to its former glory, but close enough. In fact, I think they've done an amazing job. The only downside to it for me is that the motorway noise is just like unreal. It's constant noise in the background. So if you're going to come here and experience it, I'd say maybe time it for like a Sunday morning when there's no motorway traffic or less of it. And it's much nicer when the tide's in. Please subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of stuff. Hidden bike paths and just general bike things. Thanks for watching.